Hi, hi, hi friends, and thank you so much for being here. Today we are doing another mythology series. Today, one of my favorites, honestly, this one was so much fun to research and to play with. We are doing Freya. So, I have been infatuated with Freya for so long. I feel like everybody around me talks about her, but I never really knew a lot about her. So, I did a lot of research for this one. I was so entertained the whole time and so excited to hear about her, so let's get started. Okay, so firstly, Freya is known as a Norse goddess. She is the Norse goddess of beauty, blessings, love, fertility, lust, and in some instances, I've also heard is the goddess of war. She's often been compared to with Aphrodite from Greek mythology. She has been known to be like the Norse version of Aphrodite, whom I also feel called to do. So we can do an Aphrodite in the future and just see if like there's how similar they are and how different they are. So definitely excited about that. So she is a member of the Vanir tribe, which we will get into. She's known for her skills in divination, which is like runes, tarot reading, speaking with spirit, pendulum dowsing rods, any of your divination tools. She has the duality of the gentle ruler and the fierce warrior. So she's a duality goddess, and we love her for it. So the Vanir tribe lived in Vanheim, which is one of the cosmos in the 9 realms. Many were associated with fertility. So she wasn't the only fertility god and goddess around, but she is one of the biggest ones, and not all of them, but most of them had to do with fertility. That Freya introduced the gods to Satyr, which is a form of magic that allowed their practitioners to know and change the future. She is known as one of the gentler Norse gods and Norse deities, where Odin and Loki use force. Freya uses her gifts and beauty and sex to get what she wants, though she will throw down in battle and she will take no prisoners. Mostly they tried to use her as a pawn in these things by using her sex appeal, which we will get to later. Also, don't mind me if I look down. I am reading my notes. She's known to be unselfish and helpful, but she also has a much darker side. She fought fiercely in battle next to other Norse gods, and it was said she took the lives of half the warriors ever slain in battle. So she does have a darker side. She is one of the most forgiving ones, but don't cross her because she can be ruthless and fearless. Feminism. Speaking of friends, I did a vlog about it, but it wasn't ASMR, but I did get, matching with my wife and one of our good friends, a burning bra tattoo. I don't know if you can see it because I have the fancy dancy cinematic thing on, but it's a burning bra and I'm obsessed with it, so going with the feminism. So Freya didn't typically use weapons, but she was known by certain symbols. So one of her symbols was a cloak made of feathers that gave the gift of flight to anyone wearing it. Not only was she always seen with this, but she also lent it out to people who could do her bidding, who she wanted to protect, and who she cared for. So she was also like a lending and giving goddess, mostly if it helped her in some way. Her most prized possession was a necklace known as the Gleaming Torque, or Amber Torque, which was made by a bunch of, I believe, let me see, gentle paper sounds, by dwarves, and heavily guarded by Freya from all who tried to steal it. I actually have a funny story about that coming up later, about how she acquired that and what it entailed and why it was so important to her. So stay tuned, it's actually a very interesting story. So she also was known by her glittering chariot, pulled by 2 domestic cats. We all know my feelings towards cats. Yes. Pulled by 2 domestic cats. I did a lot of research. Some of them said they were white, and other ones said they were gray and black. I love all cats, I don't mind. Mostly white though, so she was usually accompanied by animal familiars, which the cats were, but her real animal familiar was a hog named Battle Swine. The next name of my next cat, Battle Swine. I'm just kidding, don't name your cats that. But cute. Okay, so now let's get into the family of Freya. I'm gonna butcher this, by the way, because I don't know how to pronounce Nordic words. But she is the daughter of Nord, god of Vanir, of sea, sailing, fishing, healthy crop, and fertility. And her mother's identity, for the most part, was unknown. There are speculations, but nobody really knows who her mother is. Freya's brother, and said to be twin, is, get ready for this, creative names these parents had, Freya and Freyr. A god of wealth, prosperity, healthful weather, and male vitality. Okay, so in later life, it was said that Freya took Oder, again, ODR, I do not know how to pronounce that, as a husband. He was a mysterious god whose name meant furious and passionate and mind and sense, which is super cool. So there was this war, which was called the AESIR, Aesir-Vanir War. And when the two sides reached a peace settlement, Odin tasked Freya to oversee the offering settlements, which she had kept such good peace among the gods, and kept the world's fertility in order, that she was so celebrated that her name was applied to all the ladies of good social standing. So her being the goddess of beauty and love and lust and things like that, it goes without saying that she was very beautiful and very, very lusted for. So what I was talking about before, it is said that Freya was so lusted for that she often was used as a bargaining chip. We will get more into this. Once promised to a hill giant that was building a impenetrable fortress for them, for the gods, they promised that if he finished it by summer, he could have Freya's hand in marriage. So the closer it got to summer, they didn't want to give Freya up. They didn't want to marry her off, particularly because that made her incredibly angry and she refused. So again, with Freya incredibly angry and them not wanting to marry her off, Loki, the trickster, turned himself into a mar for distraction. And it worked, but once the hill giant realized it, he flew into a rage that was so aggressive they had to call on Thor to help them clean up the mess, which Thor was not too happy about. But Papa Thor did clear it up. Grateful to him. To protect herself and her own reputation. As these schemes went on, they were met with fury about her being used as a pawn. As much as she was lusted for, she also really protected her dignity, her protection, her feminism, she didn't want to be used as a pawn, and she only enjoyed her sensuality when it was on her terms. She was not going to be given up the hand of marriage. She was making the call. She was very her spirit is very unapologetically her, which I really love. So one bit of lore states that Freya, loving all nice things, here's the story about the necklace, found the four dwarves, crafting her precious necklace, that she wanted it so bad that they said that she could have it if she slept with all four of them, which she then agreed to. Now, when Odin and Loki found out about this, Loki stole the necklace from her when she was asleep for Odin. Now, when confronted by Freya, Odin said she could have it back if she cursed two kings to start a never-ending war, both kings fighting to the death and rising again to fight and continuing in a cycle for all eternity. Couldn't find why he wanted that so bad, if I'm being honest, but that's what it said. Okay, so now, how do you know that Freya is calling out with you to work with her energy? Seeing her in dreams or visions or meditations. You love learning about her. cats, rabbits, and ladybugs. Weirdly enough, the swine, the pig, is not a meaning that she's reaching out to you, but whatever. Her symbols, I lied, okay. Her symbols are cats, 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 boars and swine, so there we go, I spoke too soon. Falcons, ladybugs, rabbits, and horses. So, if you wanted to reach out to her, how would you? So you can channel her energy through sex magic rituals, glamour rituals. You can do your makeup and call in her energy to see yourself with beauty throughout the day, throughout your life. You can honor her on Fridays, which are called Freya days. Apparently the word Friday was derived from her name, which is kind of cool. She's very into romantic acts, so like poems, prose, and songs, all romantic, creative energy things. And runes, her being a Nordic goddess. Runes are very, very important, and you can ask her what she wants to tell you and pull some runes to channel in her energy. As a tarot reader, I do work with runes and other divination tools, so I feel like I should call on her energy. I never thought about it, but I'm a big divination person, so maybe that'll be in my future. You can volunteer at an animal shelter, mostly with cats, or you can do green witchcraft, which is working with plants and herbs and things and the local greenery around you, and protect the earth and all the greenery on it. So, offerings, and I cannot stress this enough, naturally do not go messing with cats, because not only will Freya come for you, but I will come for you. Naturally shed cat hairs and claws, because they will fall out on their own. Rose quartz, amber, I have a little amber ring on that reminds me of her. Amber, tiger's eye, carnelian, emerald and jade crystals, necklaces and jewelry in general that you say is for her. Honey, very sweet and romantic, mead, and wine. Again, like I say in every video, like every good goddess, wine. Perfume, which I love because Bast is one of my favorite goddesses, and she's also very big on perfume, so I feel like there's a couple, and also cats, so there's a couple overlapping things, and I'm just waiting to do Bastet in one of these videos. Pink, white, or green candles, strawberries, apples, and raspberries, and chocolate and raspberries, pretty much anything that's an I talked about Freya's appearance. She is known to have long, strawberry blonde locks, the bluest eyes as deep and bold as the ocean. She's beautiful and voluptuous, very lusted after, and a powerful witch. So she can teach you, the things I love about Freya is that she can teach you to be unapologetically yourself, which I think we need more of in this world. She can help you dealing with trauma, to find the love in it, and to find the love energy to heal yourself, to find the ferocity, because like I said, she's a duality queen, to fight back, to protect yourself, but then to also have the softer, more romantic, loving, heart-center side of yourself. Embracing yourself sexually. Help with divination, which again is tarot, pendulum, messages from spirit, runes, etc. She can also help you with intentions, manifestations, and spells. Also, another big one is with fertility. If you are having trouble having a baby, if you are pregnant and you are struggling with that pregnancy, like you've got you're really sick throughout it, you've got cramps, you're worried about the baby, call on Freya, or Freya is probably already there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Freya's become one of my favorites, and I can't wait to look more into her. Yeah, so I'm very, very excited, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much, so much for being here and for watching. In the comments below, let me know who you want to see next.